sandpit cover, third attempt. And it is indeed the third attempt. I've recorded the videos and everything because the other two have gone terribly wrong. And it gets me really frustrated. I'm really nervous about it because you think, well, I make dresses, I've made trousers, and a simple square box isn't turning out great. So last year we bought our son a sandpit for his birthday and it was a success. He uses it a lot, but the cover it brought was fading and breaking, and I've already thrown it away. So I decided to go and get some nice tough material for outside and make a new one. But the one I did was terribly wrong, and the minute I did it, it started blowing away. It was because I didn't leave it as much sides to it to get it down on the sides, because I thought that because it was against a corner I wouldn't be able to put it down, so I just left it too short, so it blew away. And then I thought, well, what I can do is cut those sides and add some more because I had some material left. But what I didn't think about, silly me, is that if I cut the material, the top wouldn't fit once you sew something else on top, because the seam allowance will cut the top frame, and that was what happened. And of course it didn't fit. So here we are with more material. On my first attempt I did like a bedsheet bottom in which I took in the corners, but I didn't leave enough sides to it. It was too short. And on my second attempt what I did was like a shoebox. It was a top and the sides to it, but because I cut it from the first one, I took all the seam allowance, so then it was too tight, it wouldn't fit. So what I'm going to do is the first attempt leaving more sides, and I'm going to add an elastic band when I hem it, so it's a bit tighter and it doesn't blow away. I obviously went and get some more material, of course, and it's not very expensive. It was 12 euros a meter, but it is wider. It's 2.80 m wide, so it's huge, and I asked for 1.50 m, but it was what they had left, so I got almost or more than 2 meters. So it's a lot. Let's see if it works properly. And I also have my elastic that I'm going to put inside the hem, and I also got some of this thick thread that I haven't used, so let's see how everything goes. This is my model here. The sandpit is 1.20 m by 1.20 m and it's only 20 centimeters high. So I'm going to just cut my square of material with that measurement, adding the one I want to leave down here. So it's going to be 15 centimeters high, because I think that then once I do the hem and put the elastic in, it will be okay. And of course it doesn't have to be a sandpit. You can do this to cover any outdoor furniture or even a washing machine or a fridge you have outdoors in a patio and you want to keep or take care of it. I found this back there and it's ideal for this. I'm going to trace now on each corner a square of material that measures 15 by 15, which is the extra amount I need for the sides. And then that I'm going to sew it together, make like a dart, so I can slip it on. Now that I have my corners with the darts ready to be sewn, I'm going to do it with a leather needle and my thick thread and of course a long stitch. So I'm so relieved it fits. Now it's wet because it's raining, but it fits. You can't imagine the stress I've been even dreaming about this because I wanted it to turn out okay, and it does fit good. So now that I have my corners, I can cut the excess fabric so I can hem it. I'm going to do a simple hem because this material is not going to fray or anything, it's plastic. So a simple hem that is going to contain a bit of elastic. And one thing is that my machine couldn't do with the thicker thread. Maybe it was too much thick material, thicker thread, so I ended up sewing with a polyester thread. But it turned out okay, so I'm happy. To sew the elastic banding, what I'm going to do is just to hem it with the elastic band inside. But I'm not going to cut the elastic band right now or anything like that. I'm going to leave it loose, and when I get to the other end, I'll pull and sew it with a zigzag stitch. That way it's not as difficult. This is how I'm doing. I'm quite happy with it, and now what I'm doing is pulling the elastic out so I can sew it together to both ends and make it gather, make it a bit more tight. Why did I do it this way? Because this plastic is so stiff and so thick that I don't think I would have been able to do it properly. Normally when you put an elastic band in a waistband or something similar, what you do is that you do your waistband first and then you put the elastic band in with a safety pin. But I don't think I would have been able to do that because of the stiffness of the material. So I'm doing it this way. Maybe I waste a bit of elastic, yes, but I think it's better. And because the elastic is not sewn within the, it's not sewn in the hem, I can pull more or less easily, not easily, but more or less, but it moves inside. What's the gym for when you are sewing? I'm exhausted. Now that it's as gathered as I wanted it to be, I'm going to cut the rest of the elastic. I'm going to pin it first in case this goes in like crazy and I have to start all over again. Imagine that. And then what I'm going to do is to sew the elastic together and finish the hem. I'm going to put 2 pins in. Well, you always use elastic band. It's something you use, and I bought a lot. I bought 6 meters and I have this left. It's something it's always good to have by hand, and when you go to the haberdashery, what better occasion than to get more stuff than you need. I'm going to zigzag stitch the elastic many times and then finish the hem. really happy about how it turned out. I was really nervous. I was telling my husband last night, oh my god, I have to do the sandpit. I can't believe it. I'm going to fail. No, thank goodness. It's funny how sometimes you get stuck with a simple project. You don't know what to do with yourself, and suddenly everything goes smoothly. I don't know what was going so wrong, but thank goodness it was okay today. I like the length of the sides. I think it's important because we always leave the toys inside the sandpit so he can just get in there and play, unless we go to the beach and we take it in the little tote bag I made for him to carry toys. And that's it really. Today is the first day. I just put it on and I'll tell you how it's going. I hope it doesn't blow away like last time. And let me know then in the comments what you thought, if it's been useful, or what would you use it for, if you had something you would like to cover or protect outside in the winter, or even for the summer months, because the sun rottens everything as well and fades everything. So let me know then in the comments anything. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. I would really appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot, and that way you don't miss anything, because I upload a video once a week. And in case you want to stick around, I leave you some videos you might find interesting, and I'll see you soon.